Amen Thompson and his twin brother Asur had a wide range of options in front of them after their junior year of high school. They were 6'7", athletic, and talented on the basketball court. Whether it be a one-and-done season in the NCAA, a season or two with the G League Ignite, or a year playing overseas, any of these options would have been paths that have been trekked by past NBA prospects. Instead, the Thompson twins bet on themselves, as well as a startup league, and joined the Overtime Elite League. By joining the newly founded league, the twins decided to forego their senior season at a regular prep school and become the faces of the new league for 2 seasons. To this point, the gamble appears to be paying off, as both are projected to be top 10 picks in the upcoming draft, with Amen currently being mocked as high as 3rd overall. There's plenty of season left, and I'm sure there will be plenty of questions about the level of competition in this brand new league, but should Amen continue to succeed and stay near the top of draft boards, he will likely become the first player to be drafted out of the OTE. The biggest strength for Amen is his athleticism. Amen is an incredible athlete even by NBA standards. His max vertical that was recorded at OTE's Pro Day was 40 inches. For perspective, that number would have given him the second highest max vertical at last year's Combine, behind only Kennedy Chandler at 41.5 inches. His athleticism definitely jumps off the screen when you watch his game footage. If a teammate throws a lob anywhere even remotely close to the basket, he has a shot at dunking it home. There was a dunk in transition earlier this season where I'm pretty sure he would have hit his head on the rim if he didn't stop himself by dunking the ball. But beyond just the highlight reel dunks, his athleticism shows up in other areas as well. He has the ability to finish acrobatic layups around the basket thanks to how long he can stay in the air. He also has a very quick first step when attacking the basket and is a blur at full speed in transition. Amen might not be the most polished offensive player right now, but with his athleticism, he's always going to find ways to contribute. Another strength for Amen is defense. The thing that first caught the attention of OTE scout Tim Fuller was the intensity with which the Thompson brothers played on the defensive end of the floor. That intensity has not toned down at all in OTE. Amen stays absolutely plastered 2 guys on the perimeter, making them work to get anywhere on the court. He makes life incredibly difficult on perimeter ball handlers thanks to his size, length, athleticism, and pure effort. But he also is no slouch at defending big guys down low. He works hard against bigger and taller offensive players, not letting them easily get to their spots, and thanks to his athleticism, he can swat shots around the basket with ease. I think Amen may struggle at first to handle true NBA big men. At 199 pounds, he just isn't quite big enough right now. But should he fill out a bit as he gets older, I could see him being a very switchable defender. Even if this does not end up happening, he should have no issue defending 1 through 3 at a high level in the NBA. One final strength for Amen is playmaking. While Amen profiles as more of a wing, he has displayed some nice ability to set up teammates for good shots. His assist numbers don't jump off the page, but that's mostly because of the talent around him. He routinely puts his teammates in good positions to score by drawing in defenders with drives to the basket and kicking out or dropping off passes to them. He sees the floor very well even while on the move and is able to fit passes into windows that not every player would see, let alone attempt. His handle is pretty good, but I wouldn't classify it as elite. I think in the NBA he will likely top out as more of an off-ball, secondary playmaker. But having a guy off the ball that can create for others in the way Amen can is a valuable thing to have on an NBA roster. One weakness for Amen is shot creation. Amen is an incredible athlete, and that allows him to make plays that others simply cannot make. But if defenders are able to stop his initial run at the basket, he has had some trouble creating good shots for himself. Amen has his first step and a spin move, but after that it doesn't seem like he's developed much in the way of offensive moves at this time. In fairness, Amen has probably always been the most athletic guy on the floor except for his brother throughout his life. He likely got by just fine on his quick first step and the occasional spin move in the paint. But at the NBA level, defenses will find a way to shut off even the most athletic players' drives to the basket at some point. Amen will eventually have to develop a more polished game on the offensive end if he is to become a star at the next level. Another weakness for Amen is shooting. To me, Amen's shooting ability is the biggest hole in his game right now. Last season, Amen shot just 22% from 3 and 53% at the line, and so far this season the results haven't been a lot better. Through 10 games, he's at 20% from 3 and 70% from the free throw line. It is encouraging to see Amen's free throw percentage at least up this year. If he can become a good free throw shooter, he could score at a good clip from the line with his athleticism. But beyond that, there isn't a lot going on with Amen's shot that gives me confidence. He's a bit slow to load up and also has some funky looking form that creates more of a line drive to the basket versus an arc. Almost every part of his jump shot just seems forced and not very natural. It's entirely possible to thrive in the NBA even with a weird-looking shot form. It's possible a good shooting coach could make some small tweaks and turn him into a solid shooter. But from my view, his shot is going to need quite the overhaul at the next level. Amen does a lot of other things well that will allow him to be a contributor right away at the NBA level, but to reach his ceiling, he'll need to improve as a shooter down the road. This first clip gives us a look at some of Amen's incredible athleticism. The play begins with Amen running alongside a teammate in transition with a 2-on-1 advantage. His teammate puts up the lob from around the elbow. Amen tracks the lob, somehow goes up and catches it behind his head, and in one motion slams it home. In real time watching this, I thought there was no way Amen was going to be able to catch this lob, let alone finish the dunk. Amen has the ability to leap with the best of them and is ready to compete in the NBA athletically right now. This next clip displays Amen's ability as a playmaker. The play starts with Amen getting an outlet pass to start an opportunity in semi-transition. On the other side of the floor, Amen's teammate is streaking up the court. Despite two defenders being pretty well set in between Amen and his teammate, and another defender trailing just behind his teammate, Amen threads an absolutely perfect pass in stride for a dunk. There was one tiny window for Amen to fit this ball into, and he managed to do it. A lot of young players wouldn't have seen this opportunity, let alone have the skills necessary to make this play. Amen has some special passing ability for his age, and has the potential to become a nice secondary playmaker in the NBA. This final clip shows some of Amen's struggles with shot creation. The play begins with Amen receiving the pass out in the wing mid-range area. He sees that there is only one defender between him and the basket, so he tries to attack. He first tries to blow by the defender baseline. When that gets cut off, he comes back inside towards the paint. When that also gets shut off, he settles for a fadeaway jumper and misses it. At this point in Amen's development, if a defender can stymie his initial attack to the basket, he doesn't seem to have a lot of other tools at his disposal to create opportunities. He will have to develop some more skills to help him consistently score at a high level in the NBA. Amen Thompson is half of one of the most interesting draft preparation stories in recent memory. While joining OTE might not be as bold as Darius Baisley basically taking a year off of competitive basketball before the draft, it certainly takes confidence in yourself to join a startup league during the most important part of the evaluation process for your draft prospects. To this point, that confidence seems to be paying off for Amen. He is currently being viewed as a very high lottery pick, with some mock drafts placing him as high as 3rd overall. Amen is an intriguing player overall with his athleticism, two-way ability, and developing offensive game. I think Amen has a lot of upside and is probably worth a swing in the lottery, but I also think he will need some time to develop his game on offense. Early in his career, I'm certain he will dazzle fans with some highlight reel dunks and blocks, but I don't think he will be a consistent contributor in the scoring category right away. The team that drafts him will need to understand that Amen may not be equipped to shoulder the scoring load right away. But with time and proper development, he could become a go-to guy down the road. My NBA comp for Amen Thompson is Scotty Barnes. I think Amen will ultimately be a better playmaker than Barnes, but both are big, athletic wings with long arms that play defense at a very high level. They also both have some questions surrounding their jump shot. Barnes went 4th overall in the 2021 NBA draft, and if everything continues to go as planned, Amen will likely hear his name called in the same range.